afternoon everybody and welcome to the Potters Resorts 2022 World Indoor Bowls Championships live from Hopton-on-Sea. We have a great game, as you can see, coming up for you this afternoon. And let's have a little look at what we have for the rest of today. Now I'm going to hand you over to the commentary team from the BBC.
Thank you very much. Yes, the first player out this afternoon made it all the way last year to the quarter-finals of the event. She has several national titles in indoor and outdoor events, including National Under-25 Singles Trophy winner. Please welcome out from Scotland, Carla Banks. Her opponent this afternoon has a woman who holds numerous IIBC titles and British Isles titles. Earlier this week, she picked up her second Mixed Pairs trophy and is a former winner of this event. Please welcome out from Guernsey, Alison Merrien, MBE.
Thank you, Rishi. Not like you to throw a compliment in my direction. Anyway, moving on swiftly. Alison Merrien, so experienced in the sport, been around so long at the very, very top level. Carla Banks, well, we now know a lot about Carla. She's very much from a bowls family and also very ambitious. Done well. Scotland's very difficult to break through and to make a name as early as Carla Banks has. She puts a lot of work into the sport, and considering where she's from, in Merrien, it's not exactly around the corner to all the major bowl centres. It's a lot of time, a lot of miles in, all her family. Also happens to be one of the nicest people you'll ever meet, and that helps considerably. Youth against experience. Shannon's always going to be a difficult one to call because Alison's had more time on the rink, but Carla has got that hand-eye coordination that helps with youth.
Yeah, and you also feel like Carla, you know, she's almost got nothing to prove. She's just out there. She can perhaps be that bit more relaxed, and that makes a difference in these big games. Alison's obviously more experienced, but with that comes the pressure.
Yes, the choice of shots will be very interesting to see because, and I've commented on Carla before, she's very, very sound when it comes to the strategy of the game, but the portable rink, that can be hard, that can be difficult. Creates a different challenge on what type of shot you decide to play. The percentages come into it in a big way.
I think the previous games as well have shown that the rink's obviously changing quite a lot during the games, so it's being mindful of that and adapting accordingly too.
One red.
Good start. Both players finding the range. Very difficult, the second game in the afternoon, especially after a game like the last one, which was so exciting. Everybody up for it. A lot of noise, a lot of pressure, a lot of tension. And the crowd, of course, the crowd leave for a comfort break and will make their way back. But that can disturb things.
Yeah, and it means the temperature changes as well, which obviously affects the pace of the green. So there's all these factors to take into account. It's not always just as simple as you know, what you see. There's a lot more going on that players have to adapt to.
Very close to making it through the gap. Just made that 2 seconds.
Yeah, a little bit tight.
And that's probably caused that problem.
I think we're just conscious of that clock ticking down. It obviously she just speeds up. Carla's got quite a slow delivery, hasn't she?
Yeah, she stays on the mat.
Yeah, she takes her time, so which is absolutely fine. But it's, yeah, being mindful of that clock, it's something else in the background. Shake of the head there.
Yep, I think she realised that she hurried that bowl. It's a confident shot to play this on the backhand.
Very close.
Good effort.
Yeah, good effort.
One shot, Alison Merrien. Set score 1-0 after one end.
Yes, it's that pickup after the previous game that's always going to be hard for the players, and they've only had a chance to play a couple of practice ends.
Jack length 27.5 metres.
Twelve inches short of jack high.
Very slow delivery, very deliberate, working out her line. On this occasion, a very successful one.
Coming in nicely from that.
One green.
But, I think that delivery has been exaggerated over the last couple of years. I'm sure it wasn't always quite like that.
Yes, I can't remember being as static as that on the mat.
No.
When she was a bit younger. Well, she's very young now, of course, but I went back to the under-18s. I think it would be a bit of a coach's nightmare if things start to go wrong with it. You have to dismantle it and put it back together again, and people might think that's a bit odd to say that, but it has happened with some of the top players where they've struggled somewhere along the line. They maybe get a little bit of the bowls yips and things, and that has happened to some of the very best. Yep, it's another good bowl.
It's finding a delivery that works for you and that you can replicate time and time again.
Exactly.
Delivery is very personal to each individual player, so like you say, if there is a problem with it, it's quite a tricky one to rectify sometimes.
Well, you're better going and speaking to someone about it, someone who has the credibility within the bowls world to help. It's very hard to fix yourself.
It's almost impossible, I think, to correct yourself.
Now, Alison, can you get back with this one? Out in the wide line.
Just a fraction over pace to come back on that line.
They're just going to fight it all day long. You can understand why she plays that extra weight, but you have to believe in your draw shot.
I think it was just a case of making sure she had the back position too. Chance for Carla though. I think my knees would hurt if I tried to bowl like that.
Well, the left hand helps with the left knee, but
a bit of an old girl there.
There's a lot of pressure on that right leg. She tucks it in underneath the left leg on delivery. That's quite Southern Hemisphere, but okay for now.
It's coming well if she can make the trip.
Needs to flop back. Not sure that's made it, but it's very close.
Three shots, Carla Banks.
There's a slight mix up there for a second. There's two shots.
think it was 3.
Set score 1-3.
3. My
Yeah,
goodness me,
her
did they-
last ball counted.
Yeah. I was wondering because Alison was walking away and then
Yeah,
she
was,
kicked
but
it
she
out.
flicked it out.
Yeah,
So
so it was
yeah,
3.
she had a quick look.
She's good at looking at measures, Alison. I noticed that in the pairs as well. She works it out very quickly. Not everybody's good at it.
Jack length 27.5 metres.
Yes, my old opponent, co-coms and various other things that Andy Thompson was, that he was absolutely shocking at looking at measures. You just
Yeah.
never let him near a head.
I've played with someone for quite a long time who's dreadful.
What
I find it easier outdoors. Indoor, I think the lights play
yes, we play
havoc,
Yeah.
and the colours, different colours.
I think the thing with Andy was he would move in and look at the head and have an opinion, and everybody would just laugh.
It's often not something you want to be taking a chance on, though.
No. So once again, 2 9-end sets with a 3-end tiebreak. Shot clock in operation throughout.
Yeah, 1 red, last ball.
Yeah, that's the one. Both players just scratching around a little bit this end, but that shut the end down a little bit.
Ian Merrien just keeping a check on the behind the scenes on the green seats. Alison's husband. Bit of a loose end by Carla. She'll be hoping just to lose a single here. But unfortunately it's at least 2 and that one's not counting. Got away with it a little bit with just a double.
Yeah, they just didn't find the pace. Carla switched over her hand, but just wasn't able to nail it.
She's not sure about this. Yeah, It's in. It was well in.
2 shots, Alison Merrien.
Set score 3-3 after 3 ends.
You've had a bit of a loose one like that, so you're hoping that you only lose 1 shot, maybe 2 at the most. They can be very costly on occasions.
You just kick yourself after, especially after playing such a good previous end.
So they're soft counts, really.
Jack length 26.5 metres.
Oh, turned her back on that very early, which means she hasn't pushed it because the line was pretty decent. Yep, found the centre rink okay. Carla just a little bit off with the first bowl. Needs to get the rhythm going.
Yeah, it's early days. I'm sure she's just hoping to settle down. I'm sure she's nervous.
See the ball's out to the side, but her eyes are on the line she wants to take. Needs to steady to come back. Yep, that's good. That'll do the job.
Yeah, well played, Alison.
One red.
She's on a flatter line here.
Yes, got a chance. Needs to hurry though.
She's not quite making it.
Nope.
Idea was right.
So far in this end, Alison's doing everything right. She put the pressure on by buying a couple of shots. The ball was taken out. She drew the shot, still holding one. Moves across onto the forehand and just add another onto the green bowl. Not sure about it. Let it go. And just walked away from it. It must be weight because the line's good. Oh my goodness me, it is. By some distance. Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, I wouldn't have called that.
Nope, definitely not.
She was so close to her last bowl. I was really just expecting her to make a slight correction.
Well, it's getting back to what we were talking about, isn't it, with regards to shot
One shot,
selection
Merrien.
on the portable rink. There was a chance you could take it out clean and get 2. That's probably what she was looking at.
Yep, she had a chance.
Set score 4-3 after 4 ends.
I just thought she'd draw.
It's just one shot, not a big problem, but
No.
no, I'm with you on that one.
Jack length 24.5 metres.
Good opening ball here from Carla.
I think that's what Carla really needs to concentrate on, just getting that close ball in on the draw.
I think that's what she did so well in her previous game against Kerry Packwood. It was really impressive, her first 2 bowls.
One green. The last bow is a shot bow. It's 4 inches past jack high, and the gap is 2 inches.
It's a decent ball back there with Carla. Useful. Alison looking on the forehand. Decent swing on this forehand. There's a chance you can get back to the shot ball. All about good weight. It's very precise. It's a good ball, but it's a very precise shot.
She's very close to the shot clock again.
Yeah, it's just that extra time on the mat, isn't it? You have to try and manage that. You're never too sure if she's thinking I have to hurry here and it's missing the shot that she's trying to play. May not be the case, but you don't want to get down less than 5 seconds. And good to see Mrs. Potter back in, Judy Potter. Missed last year, of course. Closed arena. It's just going to hang off as well. 1 degree.
1 shot, Carla Banks.
And wise to stay away from it, Carla. Not worth getting into it. Just leave it as it is. Take the 1, keep the game tight.
Set score 4-4 after 5 ends.
It's been a steady game so far, Shan. It hasn't really lit up, but you know, it's almost like one of these matches. They're playing their way into it.
Yeah, that's right. I think some good bowls being played, but nothing sort of, not really consistent grouping from either player so far. Hence why the score is 4 apiece after 5.
Jack length 28 metres.
And, longer jack lengths. Meters, a good start.
Just about an inch.
Voice of Mike Davies just keeping things right. That's the marker today, and good pool of officials on the tour, very professional. A few of them cover other major events like Commonwealth Games and things. And
Great start from Alison Merrien.
does eat into their time. One of our officials this year is his 10th anniversary. It's not Mike, but it's another one who's on the shot clock. Francis Fletcher. And it's a nice wee year for him. 10 years as an official at this level. Unfortunately, his wife has a particularly big birthday today, and he's not there. But we wish Alison all the very best. Hope she has a good day.
Yes, 2.
Oh, 2. Goodness me, that looked a little bit on the short side, but 2 shots being called. Good ball by Alison, because anything in the way on that favoured hand of Carla is good. She's got a very quick arm action. She's missed the line with this one. You miss the line, that backhand, it'll just whiz away. Chance to close the door.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, you would have expected her to get a really good second with that bowl, just to put some more pressure on Carla with her last. There's plenty of room. Yeah, this shot clock's making me feel on edge for her.
Funny enough,
I don't like
Carla
it.
has 4 timeouts remaining.
I was actually counting the number of seconds that she was on the mat, and I think to myself, you know, Carla, it's a bit too long. I think. I don't think it's helping her in her game. Maybe somebody's told her to spend more time, but sometimes you can go too long. Very quick arm action as well.
Yeah, it contradicts the rest of the delivery, how quick the bow actually then does come out. But I mean, obviously works for her and she must be happy with it, otherwise she wouldn't be doing it.
Yeah, absolutely, but wasn't that a fortuitous
It was a tad.
Yeah, just a little bit of a
One red.
a wick there off the front one. It's come in for a second shot, and a good second shot, and now it's just fallen.
Bow's just fallen down. It's still one red.
Alison's still just about clinging onto it.
Yeah, good sportsmanship good sportswomanship to say that the ball has fallen down to Alison. It didn't make any difference on the shot she's playing. She's still playing the forehand.
Just having a look here.
Yep, gentle, gentle. Oh no, she doesn't want to drop down on it.
Oh no. Goodness, too good a bow.
How many times do we see that?
And the jack does fly on this surface. You see it just coming in now.
What's the last
Sits
ball?
down, yeah, flings the jack forward. Really hard luck.
It's the last ball of the end. That's the critical bit. She's given the shot away. Yeah, there's nothing you can say or do with that. Just have to accept it.
Jack length 28 metres.
Say she knows what her favourite food is, and that's Madagascan vanilla ice cream with toffee sauce.
That's very specific.
Isn't it? I thought that too.
Not tried it. Maybe it's a winner.
Well, I've certainly had the Madagascan vanilla ice cream, but not with toffee sauce. I like coffee.
That's a really good start. Better start.
Upped her game a bit on occasions, but it's just not on her every single end. It's a hard ask, but same time, it's what you need to do to beat the likes of Alison Merrien. Put those close first bowls in. Carla's brother, Jason's also a very good player, making his way up the international tree in Scotland. Her dad's here as well, Colin, another very good bowler. This just needs to hold on for a bit longer. Comes across, it's not too bad. Well,
On green.
won't help Alison unless she uses it on the bend, but she could easily punch it in.
Well, that's forced her to play a lot flatter. I don't think she's got the pace to hold that line, has she?
It's an inside lines available,
Not quite.
but didn't have the running as you were saying, Sian, but it is there. There is a flat line into the head.
Yeah, and that would look inviting with Carla's bow in the position that it is. Carla really needs to back up this good first bowl here. Put the pressure on Alison, make it count.
Oh, this is a very good ball
Yeah,
where it's coming
that's
to.
good.
And
That's
it's
what she wanted.
absolute beauty in there. Well, she's definitely wider with this one, be close to the green ball. And that's what I was thinking, you know, that ball was there to be tapped in, and that's what's happened. Carla, you have to go deep now because Alison will probably play with weight, I would imagine.
Yeah, needs to cover. She's holding a really good 3.
She's going to have to use
You
it.
need to get a wriggle on, girl.
Yeah, She's very, very close to being out of time here. Takes at least 11 seconds with her.
That was a lot quicker.
Yep. Yep, that was about 3 seconds quicker, and I think that's because she knew that the shot was just to go deep. It doesn't matter where it finishes as long as it's behind the jack. And there is a red ball there, but it's a good cover ball.
Yeah, it does a job. I think it could have been a little bit deeper, but she's asking the question of Alison Merrien, and that's all she can really do.
Front plant on the red balls would be the perfect result. Ball on the jack, jack through into the ditch to lie one shot.
I think Alison will go pretty quick here.
That's a big drive.
Close.
All that weight, but the accuracy just slightly off.
Three shots, Carla Banks.
She's a quick driver. By
Yes, she
women's
is. The
standard,
strength of her game.
she's
definitely.
probably one of the best in terms of that.
Says goal 4-8 after 7
She's not afraid to play with weight to get herself out of trouble either. Just didn't come off on this occasion.
Yep, bad end and a bad time to lose a 3. That brings it back to the last end where she gave the shot away. Now 4 down, 2 ends to go.
Yeah, big turnaround.
Jack length 26 metres.
Good open goal by Alison Merrien. That last bowl makes it slightly tricky. It's not in the way, but it probably does look it.
Yeah, you know, it probably wouldn't have been a bad thing to actually come down and have a look to see what the distances are, but look at this one.
She's got a great bowl here. What a bowl.
No, it doesn't want to drop, and she hasn't. She stayed upright.
One green.
Oh, it's a super ball,
Yeah,
isn't it?
Really good bowl, and I
2.5
really
inches,
can't imagine
and
that
it's
looked great
3
from the
inches
mat
behind.
at all.
Well, Alison might have to think about coming into this with weight to try and open it up.
Yeah, she's got a couple of options. She's got both her bowls to turn in. If she comes under the shorter bowl, she could even just flick that green out. She's just drawing though.
Oh, that's a hard shot. Yeah, she's got no position now, and look where it's finishing.
Yeah, that's not helping in any way.
No, it's not. She's got no back position, set lie against. That was just a wrong. Tactically, I think that was just a wrong shot, to be honest.
I think it would have been worth having a go with her third and giving her an opportunity to sort of clean up with the last bowl, considering she's 4 down with 2 ends to play. Yeah, that's a good bowl.
Oh, that's a clever ball.
Yeah, done a couple of jobs there.
Just the one, yes.
From a tactical point of view, that's a very clever ball. It really is. And Alison must just draw. She can't even afford to play a runner at this.
One shot for a set, Carla Banks.
Well, there was a big turnaround there after that bit of misfortune from Alison Merrien. Completely changed the set.
Absolutely, and that can happen, either a lucky ball or an unlucky ball, as the case may be this time. For all, everything was nice and tight.
Yep.
Lost that one, and then suddenly Carla gets a 3.
Just gave Carla the boost that she probably needed and was looking for.
Oh, there we go. We've got an Ask Corky from Jean's Tudhope, and that is, what are the longest and shortest lengths you can play? Well, that fortunately is easy. 23 metres is the shortest, and 29.5 metres is the longest. We used to use yards, but it was all changed to metres in the rule book. Laws of the game, which are worldwide. And of course, the Southern Hemisphere uses metres a lot. Baxter Derrington, what a lovely name. Love watching the game. What is the easiest way to start playing? Well, just go online and type in your area looking for the closest bowls club. Just give them a call. Quite often when you do that, they have days, little taster days for people who want to start, and that's the best way. Or just drop in and have a chat. Indoor or outdoor, it doesn't matter. That's the way to do it. There's always somebody who's going to be there that'll give you an idea what it's about.
Really good from Alison Merrien. Much more the standard we'd expect from her. First, really good 2 first bowls.
Ooh.
2 red.
This is unsettled, Carla.
Yes, it's, well, if you're going to have a bad end, do it the first end of the second set.
Yeah, there is that.
You just really don't want to lose a 4. You know, she had an end like this in the early part of the first set and just lost a 2, which was on the third end. It was a loose one, but lost 2 shots.
3 left.
Bit of bother now. Even to draw, that's going to be difficult. This might be worth just a little running ball.
I don't think she's got anything to lose. If she can take 1 or 2 out, it would be a massive help.
Yeah. Concentrate on hitting something. Don't worry about how hard you run the ball down the rink. Just trying to hit the target. Wow.
Very good.
Wow.
Great strike. Great strike.
Wow. That's impressive. Well, I don't know how you get the strength from to put it down at that sort of pace, but that's a heavy drive from such a...
It was a great bowl, and you know, look at the result. She's not going to lose. You know, she's going to be 4 down.
Exactly.
So,
she's now lined the shot.
Yeah.
She'll lose a single, but my goodness me, that's a good drive. That's right up there with some of the best drives I've seen from women players.
Careful, Corky.
Yes, I know.
Alison Merrien.
As you'd expect, but like we said, it was all about saving
Yes,
that
absolutely.
big count going down on the first
Set
end.
score 1-0 after 1 end. Jack leg, 24.5 metres.
Alison turned her back on that very quickly, and it's a good ball.
Very hard on herself, though. I really noticed that. She's, you know, it's not horrendous by any stretch of the imagination, but she was gone.
You'd be sort of looking at it and thinking, yep, that's a good start. I'm happy with that.
On green. Your bow's 10 inches past Jack High. Carla's bow is 3 inches short of Jack High.
Ooh, she's fishing for this little line. There's a nice tight line down the backhand. If you get it, it's perfect. And she has.
Oh, she played it well.
Yep, right on the edge of the shelf, we would call it. Just over for weight. Clear road would be handy. Yep, that's not a bad ball there. Now, Alison, can you turn this jack round the corner, cover it up? Well, she's playing the forehand. It's the same idea. She's bringing the jack over to her own red ball.
Yeah, just looking to change the shape of this head. It's obviously quite sort of vulnerable at the moment, the jack. Carla can drag it back to her last bowl.
Surprised
Needs
she
to hurry.
played it though. You know, well, look where it's finishing.
Second prize.
Yeah, it's finished in a well, difficult place. Carla will have to draw around that now.
Or play down the other hand.
They still have to have good weight to get back from there.
No, she's over the top.
Well, Alison, you can afford to play to this. Turn the jack fine, you punch the green ball out, that's good. If you miss it, then you go round behind, which is also a good ball. Alison, 2 short balls in that situation. You know, you start asking the question, why change your hand if you're not going to reach?
It's a missed opportunity there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm afraid.
Forehand's more open. The backhand's the draw she's been playing, but she's overplayed it.
I'd definitely be playing down the forehand now. Yeah, she's changed. Wasn't right.
No.
Wasn't right straight out of a hand, just played it wide.
Well, that are just too heavy, to be honest with you. You know, it's just
One shot, Alison Merrien.
never looked like that was going to get back. Alison just has to play the first 3 or 4 ends really close.
2-0 after 2 ends.
Try and build up a bit of a lead.
Yeah, force the tie break.
Jack length 25.5 metres.
Never really understood why, whenever the jack is set, the shot clock doesn't start on the first ball.
Yeah, you get let off with the first deliveries, don't you?
You know, because the game's in play. Once the jack goes down, once it's centred, you're on the timer.
This is decent. Good start.
We'll take that all day long. Front toucher. That's the perfect bowl. Quite often asked what's the perfect bowl. I think that is. She's caught on that ball now. There's only one way the jack's going if that green ball's hit, so you have to be behind it. Must come behind the jack with this. She's not sure about this one, but you don't want to open it up, so... Oh, this is good. This is very good.
Yep, great bowling.
That's as good a leading as you could possibly ask for. You had that every end at international level, you'd be happy.
Oh, you'd be laughing.
Struggling again.
Yep, just lacking pace.
Oh wow, she's in trouble here. She is in trouble. If that had been the second ball, I'd have said that was useful, but...
I think she just let Alison off slightly there.
She wanted to draw a third shot.
Yeah, she obviously wanted to make sure she was through, which was the right thing, but just drifted that a little bit too far.
You're always thinking, what is your opponent going to play? And Alison's got absolutely no shot here except a draw. Has she corrected or over-corrected?
Quite going to bend back for second.
Still
right,
two green.
Carla, you've got another chance.
Yes, but you'll have to change hands to get it. You don't play the forehand now. Just going to make it.
Yeah, just good enough.
Oh yes,
Well
just that edge was enough. Edge was enough to get the 3.
Pace was good, very good.
Yeah.
3 shots, Carla Banks. Set score 2-3 off the 3-ins.
Yeah, really nice little touch. 3 shots.
Well, if somebody plays a bad end, you want to punish them, and Alison had 3 short balls there. That's never going to help.
Just making it so hard for yourself as the end goes on. You know, 1 short bowl's bad enough, but to do it again, it's so frustrating for the player, and easy done, but it just makes life so difficult.
Jack length 26 metres.
I just counted 11 seconds there before the ball was released. I've seen players a lot slower than that.
It's working for her.
You know, 1 or 2 players where it's icebergs actually move quicker. They're glacial, they really are. But in a shot clock, you don't have that sort of opportunity. You have to be aware of the fact that it's there. Take your time, but make sure you're in the 30 seconds.
I think when your delivery's that slow, it just doesn't leave much room for thinking. It's okay if it's just a straightforward shot, but that's the problem. That's where she could come unstuck.
Well, if she can put the first ball on the jack every time, she'll be a happy person.
This is good too.
Yep, through the head. That'll keep. This is better.
Yeah, this is really good. Played.
Played it well. I'm not sure if she's got the shot.
Very hard to tell from this angle.
Very close for shot.
But our rings will never really be able to tell here because our rings are probably just going to be about the width of the gap. Can't go searching inside lines, it will not work. Again, just missing the line.
Yeah, that wasn't played with any conviction. Has Francis given his opinion?
It's Mike down there at the
Oh,
moment.
Mike, I mean.
Yeah, it's hasn't, but it's obviously very, very close. But it'll need the small calipers to sort it out. The thing is, Carla has got position. Trying very hard to get down to the red ball.
Needs to miss it now.
Well, it actually could have worked if she'd have tapped it, because it would have dropped down on the jack. If Alison thinks she's lying, she'll walk away from this. Just leave it up to the umpire. I'm not convinced she can do an awful lot with this.
It's very precarious for her.
Alison has 4 timeouts
No
remaining.
position.
Well, absolutely no position. If she drops the red ball down, it'll push the jack towards the green ball. If she taps her own ball, she gives a shot to green. Be a brave shot to come into the head if she feels that it's her shot. And the way she's played this, I almost get the impression she feels it might be against her. She certainly wasn't shy of it.
Measure for shot.
The fine calibers coming out. Alan Thornhill will be the man to make the decision. It's not crucial at this stage. There's a difference of being level and 2 down, though. I wonder, is this going to be an equidistant measure? End played, no score. Can happen. Like those wee zebra shirts. Their zebra shirts are nice, aren't they? Round them up at the end of the day.
1 shot, Carla Banks.
Shot to Carla.
Yes, well, I have my own wee rings on my computer up here in the commentary box, and I said some time ago they showed it was green, but it was far too
Set
close
score
to tell.
2-4 after 4 ends. Jack length 25.5 metres.
dropped that one. That was a chance, a real good chance to increase a little bit of weight. Close the head down. Alison gets in with this one. There's two green balls that are short. It's another chance.
Changed her hand. Trying.
I just think she just didn't like the second ball
It's
very
a very
much.
good bow.
Oh,
Great bow.
Beauty. Brings it even closer to the front green one.
Yep. Good call.
2 green.
Good reply.
Played. Yep.
Just dropped away from it. I'd needed that. There's a little spray chalk going on, indicating that
One
ball's a
green.
toucher. Goes into the ditch, stays there, stays live. Ball, any ball, doesn't matter what it is or when it's played. If it goes into the ditch without touching the jag, it's taken away.
Timeout call. Carla has 3 timeouts remaining.
Yeah, well, didn't get to what she was looking for, but it's a good ball. A certain amount of value attached to it. Oh, that's a hard shot you were trying to play.
That's a
there.
hard shot, yeah.
Wow.
Just pulled it right across.
That was, couldn't even see that from the
1
mat.
shot, Carla Banks.
No.
Right.
Another end though where Alison just didn't have the back position, so wasn't
score
able to
2-5
play
after 5 ends.
what's I would say her natural game is to play through it, because she just didn't have the bows there.
Absolutely. It's Carla's starting to make the vast majority of her balls have a degree of value in the end. She's not wasting as many balls maybe as she had been on occasions.
She's putting pressure on Alison, and she's even more than that, she's making her play the hard shots.
Jack length 27.5 metres.
Definitely moved up a gear.
Yeah, she has. She's eased herself into the game. Playing very well, consistent.
Good reply.
Very good reply. Great bolt.
Needs a few more of these, but then she's got...
She does. Next couple of ends, if she can get them under her belt.
3 behind, 4 ends to go. Plenty of time. Alison Merrien's delivery is very traditional, swing of the arm just to move it and then plays through the line of the front foot. Left hand on the leg or not for balance. Doesn't really make any difference. Some people do, some don't. But Carla Blanks was playing in Australia with that delivery. They would look at her and think, what on earth? And you've been there, you know, Shan, they're very sort of traditional in the way they play.
Yeah, they are. They're sort of carbon copies of each other.
Whereas we're much more individual, let's put it that way.
Yeah. But I don't think that Carla uses this exact delivery on an outdoor surface, but obviously a lot of Aussie greens are quick, so she might prefer this. It would be interesting.
Missed the line. Didn't push through, that's probably why. Didn't push through the weight.
One red.
Oh, Carla's running down. She might need to use something here, but should be okay. 15 seconds. She'll get down to about 3 seconds or 4. There we go. Down to 2 this time.
It just doesn't make for comfortable viewing. She's not far away.
No, just needs to slow
Great
her.
effort here.
Oh,
What a bowl this is.
God. Oh, she held on to
Yeah,
it.
she stayed with it.
It's going to drop. Well, that's a super shot.
One green.
Oh, she has held on to it. Mike Davies just confirmed 1 to green. What a wonderful bowl.
It was. She just made sure with the pace, which is exactly what she needed to do.
You're right, Carla. You let it get down to 2 seconds on the shot clock. Keep doing it.
Well, yeah, this is it.
You play balls like
It's
that.
working for you.
Who cares?
Timeout called. Alison has 3 timeouts remaining.
That's giving Alison a problem here. She could play in the forehand drop off her own ball. The jack in the backhand's worth the double. But there's nothing easy. Has to get very, very close to the jack to make it work for her.
There's a lot of stuff at the front.
Oh, the debris at the front and makes it hard to play a runner. No, caught. Caught in the outside green one. Probably just half a ball
One shot,
wide.
Carla Banks.
Yeah, pace was right.
Set score 2-6 after 6 ends.
Well, it's another end gone and another end one for Carla Banks.
Yep, I think that's just about it, really. She's trying very, very hard to play out the ends.
Jack length 27 metres.
Decent crowd in for this match. It is half empty due to the restrictions placed upon the venue and the world we're living in at the moment. Just looking at the pen I'm using, it's Grampian Junior Bowling Association. That was given to me when I was working on a particular competition of the Scottish young bowlers.
I thought you were going to say it's given to you as a junior.
Well, that would be good. I must admit I would be impressed with that. It probably would be more like a quill if that was the case. But I'm sure that Carla was actually playing at the time.
Yeah, because she's 22.
Yeah, so it must have been when she was playing in the Scottish Young Masters. It's a bit like Only Fools and Horses with Trigger and his brush, because I've changed the insides about 4 times. I just happen to like the pen.
One green.
Oh, picked that up very nicely.
Nice little touch, straight down the corner.
Just making sure she was arriving, didn't want to drop short, and we have a sign in bowls that picked it up on the way past, but you just have to make sure if you're dropping short bowls that you arrive. And occasionally you might just pick up the jack.
Well, it's crunch time, so she's, she needs to score really this end, so nothing to lose.
This needs to hurry. Yep, not there.
One red.
That was the one she wanted to get a good second shot in, because probably afford to lose a single. Doesn't want to lose any more than that. Alison, well, this ball's coming back. Don't think it's going to be in. Having a look at it.
Just the one.
Yep, just the one. If Alison had put that a foot short, that would have been really difficult.
Yeah, Carla just needs to get a good second here.
This is going to be very close on this delivery. The time's coming down. Oh my goodness me.
Can't watch it.
I know, don't do that. The worst thing in the world is to lose the ball. But she's overcorrected. I think a timeout would have been necessary there. It's any touch in the jack for Alison Merrien. She lifts a 3 and suddenly the second set's well within her grasp.
Yeah, big bowl for her here. Carla's hiding around the corner.
Can't blame her.
No.
Timeout call.
Hasn't been the
the
best end that she's played, but Alison's taken her time. She's going to take a timeout, an extra 60 seconds just to compose herself. She knows how big this bowl is. You guarantee a 2 with a chance of getting a 3. On the forehand, any touch in the jack is worth more.
No, body language wasn't good there.
Push through it. Oh, Carla, you got away with that end, I can tell you.
She did.
That was a mistake by Alison Merrien. She should have really been scoring 3. Missed chances with his
One shot, Alison
third
Merrien.
and fourth ball.
Set score 3-6 after 7 ends.
That's about the only loose end that Carla can afford to have now. She needs to keep this nice and tight in the 8th end. Loses 1, it's not a disaster because Alison needs a 3 in the last end. Gets the shot, she's through to the final.
Jack length 25.5 metres.
I was going to say she needs to take her time and think about every bowl, but I don't think she can take her time anymore.
I don't know how many timeouts she has left, but whatever she's got left, she should use. That's going to make it hard.
Yeah, good start.
Don't touch her. Just saw her glancing to the side. There are monitors at each end of the rink, showing the overhead shot that the players can have a quick look at.
Good effort.
Yeah, good effort. Better force behind the jack, but good there. We'll still be playing the forehand. That's a good ball to use as a shoulder.
Yeah, absolutely. Plenty of room to come in, and just another good second at this stage. And a decent track again.
More weight as well. That's going to loosen things up. Yeah.
1 red.
I'm not sure if that's really...
The last bowl is just under 3 feet.
Well, there's more space. That's an advantage.
Just over 2.
Yeah, the disadvantage is that it was very hard for Alison to get another shot the way it was before, whereas now she can definitely get at least one more. This is good.
Yeah, very good bowl.
So it's made, in many ways, moving the jack like that's made it harder for Carla. She's back to thinking, I need a good second again.
2 red.
Will she draw, or will she be tempted to play that funnel?
No, you have to draw. Just concentrate and get something close as a second. I think sometimes she deliberately just runs the clock down to the 2 seconds, you know, just taking her time. Needs to stop with this though, it looks a bit heavy. So that's what I mean about moving it with that sort of weight, Sam, because before that, when it was tight and she had a good second, it was hard for Alison. Now Alison's looking at a potential 3 shots.
Yeah, because Alison's really shut it down with that third bowl, it's all of a sudden Carla's in a bit of bother.
So something you have to think about, you know, when you're playing out there. It's hard in the portable rink, I know that. Being out there, I know what it's like, but great place to be when things are going well. Well, there's still room to get a good second shot. Plays an absolute beezer.
Do you think the last bowl counts?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that's a missed opportunity.
Yeah, very much so. Especially after such a great last bowl.
There's only one danger here, and that is pushing the red ball in, but if she greens it properly, that won't be an issue. She doesn't look too happy about it.
No, she's heavy.
Yeah. No, she really pushed through that. That's even heavier than her previous one. That's 2 loose balls. Got away with losing a double.
2 shots, Alison Merrien.
But it really should have been more. Well,
Set score 5-6 after 8 ends.
that has brought Alison Merrien, though, right back into this. Needs 2 shots in this end. That was a loose end. Alison could sneak this, you know, and end up in a tie break. She hasn't looked like she's been terribly comfortable for most of the set.
No, but getting a 2 is, you know, very possible.
Jack length, 24
Oh, very
metres.
doable, absolutely.
One red.
Just whenever she had started to look so confident with that first ball, it's starting to get a little bit on the loose side.
It's just the pressure, isn't it? It's, you know.
Yes, but Alison's getting good balls in, but it's only 1 of 2 or 1 of 3 or maybe even occasionally 2 of 4.
Yes, you're right. She hasn't been bowling 4 really good bowls, Alison, has she?
Well, not until this end, by the looks of it. Yeah, this could be the end.
It's not that she's been playing badly, but there just hasn't been like amazing grouping.
Oh, you went searching for that tight line, Carla.
red.
All you had to do was just put on 6-8 inches on your last ball on the forehand. Didn't need to go anywhere near the backhand. You're trying to steer into that line, and if you do that, it'll just wing across 5-6 feet all day long. So you need to think about it and say, hang on a wee minute, I only need a good second. I don't need to get the shot.
Yeah, that's right. Don't need to try too hard.
Interesting.
That doesn't help Carla at all.
Well, it doesn't. She really should try and draw this. It's 3 good balls by Alison Merrien. She's using her experience to come through in this end when the game's getting tight, but really this is a forehand shot, and it's a draw shot in the forehand. You don't need to go driving at it.
2 timeouts remaining.
I think she'll be tempted to play weight.
I think so too, but doesn't mean it's the right shot though. It's angled to try and draw it. Such a quick delivery, really is. So fast in the arm, that short jack links. I often think it's a problem for her. Yeah, struggling here, really struggling with this one. Set lie against last ball, should never have been in this position. Now Alison, do you put one round the back and think, well,
Yes, you put one round the
Yeah,
back.
if Carla hits it.
And think, well, go on, Carla.
Yep, you
Have
do
a
your
go.
best. Or do you draw a really
Time out,
close one, thinking that
Alison
Carla
has
will
one
draw
time out
second?
remaining.
Because really, realistically, Sean, that to me doesn't look safe enough.
There is definitely space, but Carla hasn't got a bowl within 2 feet this end. It's one of those, isn't it? You can't cover everything.
Yep, you know, it's a dilemma that every player goes through at some stage, what to do. Do you go close again, or do you cover? And she's decided to go close again. And, well, that's probably about the same as the other bowls.
4 red.
Carla has to make up her mind here. What does she want to do? Does she want to draw a second shot? As I say, I think the short end struggle with that delivery that she has. It's a very fast arm action.
She's more than capable of drawing second shot here and taking the match. I just think that she might be
Time out, Paul.
lured into playing
Carla has
weight.
one time out remaining.
I just think there's 4 shots against her. Take 1 out, it's no good. You know, take 2 out, it's no good.
Just draw second, Carla.
Yep. Pressure ball, there's no doubt about that, but she's been in command of this second set. 6-N, 6-2. Now it's a set lie against. If she's on the backhand, the chances are she's running at it. Yeah, I didn't fancy that. I really
3
did.
shots, second set. Alison Merrien, match tiebreak.
I understood why she played it, but
I think she probably felt like she'd sort of put herself in that position with the other, you know, it wasn't as if she was close, oh, I just need to adjust this. She was scratching around with those other 3 bowls. I think that's probably why she ended up playing with that amount of pace. But hindsight's a brilliant thing, isn't it?
well, it is. But we've talked it through on that particular end, and chances were there at the last 2 ends really to close this match out. And Alison, of course, is in the ascendancy now.
Yeah, and that score certainly doesn't reflect the set that we've just watched.
That's what experienced players do. They come through the tough games.
Carla will just need to reset now and forget that last end going into this tie break.
Jack length 27.5 metres.
That's a great start.
What a difference going to the longer length.
Yeah, really good. Really strong opening bowls.
believe that. 3 and tiebreak, just win the end.
She doesn't want to leave a shoulder, though. That's the only thing. Down the other hand, I think I'd be inclined to stick with where she's been playing.
A bit quicker on that delivery by about 3 seconds. Just doesn't want to get the outside of the red ball when you're lining the shot.
She's decent here. Good ball.
Well, the only thing is that's given a shoulder which is at a better angle than the previous ball was.
The front bow, it's 9 inches short of jack high.
That's 9 inches short. You use it.
Shot bow, 2-inch gap.
Well, she's on the backhand. I'm surprised at that. It was a good shot in the forehand.
He's very close.
Wrong side of the jack.
Just dives.
Just the wrong side. As soon as she started to bend inside, I think Carla, I would just walk away from this, you know. Decide which way you want to play it, but that little nudge in the jacks brought it closer to the green ball. This is a hard, hard shot for Alison Merrien. If you have a timeout, use it.
She's definitely going to need to use the timeout. Oh goodness, this is going to be a quick delivery.
Yeah, it's only again because she has to be away from it. She wasn't too worried about being too close to the head. And that's a sensible ball, just to stay away. If it makes it up a little bit further, you just never know. The jack is squeezed, you just never know. That has a certain amount of value.
This is hard for Alison Merrien.
Little squeeze, very similar to her last ball, squeezing the jack. She can go harder if she wishes on the forehand and use the...
She's playing forehand.
Oh, she's trying to use the shoulder then to go hard for the 2 balls.
That's what you wanted us to play over a third.
Yep, it is.
Used to hold past the front.
Got it.
What a bowl.
Yep.
What a bowl that was. Played that absolutely perfectly.
No, exactly. That's the ball I thought she should have played with third ball, but
First in, Alison Merrien.
left it to her last.
Just coming underneath, edge of the green. Perfect.
Goodness me, played that well. Yeah, played
Great
it
ball.
really well. That was a good position for Carla Banks, and she's lost the shot.
Carla played a very good end there.
Very good end indeed. But on the wrong side of the scorecard. Ian Merrien just watching this game. Staying out of the way up in the green seats, as we call them, just out of the way. Quite a lot of the players would watch from up there.
Jack length 23 metres.
Carla. Can you lock in beside the jack, stop it going through?
And this is interesting because this is Alison's preferred length.
Yes, the length that Carla has been struggling on.
Yeah, absolutely, and she's nailed it.
2 balls. Alison will drive this. She'll not mess about with this one. Just take everything away. This should be quick. Well, interesting now because it's going to be very hard to get those 2 balls out without the jack moving.
Yeah. Carla needs to run for cover.
It's possible, don't get me wrong, it is possible, but if she does play that, Carla's got 2-3 feet for the shot. I would just leave this and disappear around the back somewhere just in case it goes through. The crowd appreciate that, you know. It's not rocket science in this situation because there's not really a double choice. You could argue put one beside the red just in case the 2 green disappear, and then if the jack goes all the way through, you have a mountain of room. But I think she might just have to play slightly over the weight here or a draw, probably on the backhand because you can get to the ball.
Timeout called. Alison has 1 timeout remaining.
If she wants the jack to go through 3 or 4 feet, she could play it either side. Doesn't really matter. Either way, I don't think it'll be a drive.
It's a very hard draw after playing that kind of pace.
It is, but she'll be aware of the fact that a drive will, you know, just leave so much room.
Yep. She doesn't like it.
I think she's pretty close.
It's just going to dip.
It's just going under, you're right. Yep, just under. You know, it was the right shot.
It was the right shot.
More than experience enough to know that it was the only shot available to her. So in the 3rd end of the tie-break, rules change again. As I've said before, you can kill the end and then you have to replay it, but you must nominate it first. Each player can do that, but if you miss the drive or miss whatever the situation is and you don't kill it, you can nominate again. If both players get into a replayed end, this can take quite a while.
Jack length 25 metres.
It's conceivable to end up with a 5-end last end. You think about it. You know,
yep.
This end, no head by Carla. Next end, no head by Alison. You're into the 5th end.
It's unusual, isn't it?
You know, unicorns come
Don't
to
see
mind.
them that much.
You know,
Did you say unicorns?
yes, they come to mind more than that. I don't think I've ever seen a 5-end last end. And again, I haven't seen a unicorn either. So there you go. Both players looking for the one big ball here. Really close.
This is good.
Oh, it's just swung across the jack high. I think that's safe enough, to be honest.
No, not close enough. The way these two have been playing.
Short ball, two short balls. That's not going to help the drive to get out of trouble if she needs it. But Carla needs another one in. She needs to get one really close. Alison will have the last ball in this end. Just sliding under again, I think.
Just lacking a fraction of pace.
Yeah. You know, again, it's not bad, but you still favour Alison to draw this. I think it really needs to be within 3 or 4 inches. No, this is looking good. That's the number one.
Yeah, good ball.
Yeah, too many chances, and that was the problem. That Carla's balls weren't bad, but your 3 goes to get really close, and now she faces a match lie against her, and the front bowls are an absolute nightmare. There's just everything's in the way. There is a possible shot if she really wants to play it.
Carla has 1 timeout remaining.
And that is to get into there and move the jack off the rink. Alternatively, it's a draw, and, well, she hasn't nominated.
No, I think she'll be drawing this.
If she's driving, she has to nominate. No, on the draw delivery, this is a tough one. She's going to have very good weight to get back from there.
She's not a million miles away.
I think she's heavy.
Not much.
Third end and a match.
Just over it. Oh, wonderful game of balls between the two of them, Alison Merrien and Carla Banks. And I think it's fair to say Alison Merrien really did scramble in the second set. Scored 6 shots to win it. Carla had her opportunities to close things down, didn't take them.
I think an unfortunate, particularly the last end for Carla on the second set. You know, Alison was just able to get over the line, and as it was, that made all the difference.
So confirmation of the score, 4-9, 8-6, 2-1. The experience of Alison Merrien just getting her over the line against the young Carla Banks from Scotland. An interesting challenge when you look at the two players. One's very much been at the top of world bowls for a considerable amount of time. Carla Banks trying to make her mark. Alison Merrien missing the big drives at the start. Carla Banks really making her hurt by drawing good bowls to win the first set, 9-4. That was a 3 in the 7th end. And Alison Merrien didn't look too comfortable for a long time, but then started to come on a game. Started to fight her way back in the second set from 6-2 down to suddenly end up 6-5 with 1 end to go. But in the end, Carla Banks couldn't save game and has lost it in the 3rd end of the tie break. Ends closed. Well, we got 10 10 each. Well, fair enough. That was a very close game. You understand that. So, total shot scored actually more with Carla, but that's due to the 9-4 on the first set. And it was an excellent game. It was very, very good. No doubt about that. Carla had her chances, but the experience of Alison Merrien really just came through to the fore.
I'll start with you. Obviously, a great opportunity. Talk us through your own thoughts on your performance today.
Yeah, it was a great game. Alison played really well. You know, to be honest, I thought she actually deserved the first set, so I was happy to sneak a win in that and then Alison played well again in the second set. The last end of the second set, I wish I played better, but Alison played really well, and anything can happen in a tiebreak, and Alison played 2 perfect bowls to win it, so well deserved, Alison, and good luck in the final.
A lot of people talk about the pressure of playing at Potters. Did you feel any of that today? Did you feel when you got into a winning position that perhaps there was a bit more pressure, a bit more focus?
I was happy to get through to this stage, to be honest. Played a really good player the last round against Kerry, so I was happy to win that. And yeah, really happy with the opportunity to be here and really enjoyed the game. It was a good game, so it's great to be involved in.
Carla, thank you. Alison, congratulations on this performance. Beforehand, I don't know if you were hearing what we were saying. We were talking about your cool, calm character on the rink. Do you feel that was a big help to you today when the chips were down?
Oh, for sure. You've got to really just dig deep and find it in yourself that you can still do it, you can still win it. Carla gave me an excellent game today. Her drawing was spot on and put me under pressure to make me work for the game, really. It's that's what you want, you know. You want both players to have a good game and a close outcome, obviously, with the tie-break.
It was a close outcome. But once we got into that position, once you got a chance to get back into the match, it seemed like your focus went up a few levels. Would that be fair?
Yeah, I think once you get, you know, a set each, I think the tie-break, you've really got to dig deep and find that good bowl. And thankfully I managed to find it. Yeah, it's just, like I say, getting over the line.
Does it matter to you who you play in the final?
I honestly don't mind, but I know hopefully it's going to be a good game, and I'll be watching tonight. Yeah.
It's been a good week for you so far. Chatted yesterday after a trophy, and now you're through to the final. Yeah,
well, after 2 years of not having much competition or not getting away for competition, it's nice to actually come back and feel I can still do it, so it's good.
Well, you most certainly can. Many congratulations, Alison.
Thank you.
Commiserations, Carla. We hopefully see you back here next year. Fingers crossed.
Thanks very much.
Well, I'm afraid that's all we have time for this afternoon. Join us later on for some more world's top class bowls. Until then, it's bye-bye for now.